This week on It's Happening Out.
I'm the Ho Police and you're in critical violation.
What are you talking about? I'm fully clothed.
Exactly. How do you plan on finding a boyfriend dressed?
Just a little push, that's enough to start a chain reaction.
You swallow it quick, does that help?
Nope.
Okay.
Wait till you breathe after like.
It's all happening out tonight. With your hosts, gay guru Al Ferguson, lesbian activist FayWhat, pansexual leather daddy Elimination, drag queen and comedian Auntie Maine, Latino muscle bear Jonathan Casanas, Gen Z political advocate Maxx Fenning, Gen Z bear and actor Cameron Glass, leadership coach and leather sir Mark Pettit, Indo-Caribbean artist Trinidadi, Muslim American communications exec Cal Gajraj. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
Well, good evening and welcome to It's Happening Out. This is the world's most popular live gay television talk show, and we're broadcasting live and then available on demand. And we're on demand on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, and of course, YouTube and Facebook. It's 9 p.m. Wednesday, September 27th, 2023, and I'm your host, Al Ferguson. As you know, Hotspots Magazine Happening Out Television Network is a nonprofit 501c3 media company and the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ plus community. Our mission is to support the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ plus community. We want to inform and educate the key issues of our Black community, Latino, lesbians and queer women, trans, students and youth, seniors, HIV/AIDS healthcare, business, social activism, and faith. Help us support our community. All right, so let's start by having some fun. Woo. TikTok has become the top source for viral content on the internet. You can find everything from recipes, hot guys, and vacation clips. And nothing says vacation like a cruise on Virgin Voyages. Virgin has been an iconic supporter of the LGBTQ plus community and your number one choice of LGBTQ plus vacation experiences. Value is the word, a value they deliver with being an adult-only cruise, Wi-Fi included, 20 plus eateries included, tips included, and essential drinks. Guess what? Included. That's the value. And their values are also self-evident. Virgin Voyages fights for equality and the right to be seen, heard, and included. So whether an LGBTQ plus cruise charter, Pride Month celebrations, or countless sponsorship of our charities and nonprofits, this is why Virgin Voyages is part of our best TikTok of the week. So here's how it works. Each week we show our favorite TikTok video, and our favorite TikTok of the week is called How to Get a Man from @StormyG.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm the Ho Police and you're in critical violation.
What are you talking about? I'm fully clothed.
Exactly. How do you plan on finding a boyfriend dressed like that?
It's called personality. You should try it.
You want to see personality?
Sure.
This one's named Persa, and this one's named Natalie. Personality, bitch. Now take off your clothes.
Police, help!
I am the police. Now show me those shoulders.
You know, I know so many gay men that do that with their penis. What do we think about Stormy G?
This is like the complete opposite of a high school principal, and I love it.
Okay.
I love Stormy G. I think that she's just so much fun. And
Yeah,
she's adorable. And,
she has beautiful breasts.
And she's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And I love Persa and Natalie. I want to lick them.
And them titties.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do the same thing with my titties too.
Yeah.
I show them off when I get a man. That's just how you got to do it these days.
Yeah.
Personalities, not for everyone.
And a little skin never hurts nobody.
Right?
I mean, you know, show a little. And yes, I am that guy who tweets with my balls, Persa and Natalie. You're absolutely right. And the exclamation point is in the middle. And you're absolutely right.
All I did was raise an eyebrow, and all of that comes out.
Personality fades.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, your body is forever.
Yeah.
Does it fade or does it droop?
Before we leave the dock with TikTok, let's think about the best place to make your next video. And of course, that's a Virgin Voyages cruise.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, chameleon. You come and go, you come and go. Loving will be easy because I like my dream. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and
Thank you, Virgin Voyages. All right, who needs a shot?
Me.
Yes. I get prettier the more you drink. So do it.
Yeah, no, you do.
Has it been a long week
So does Al.
already? That is not what you said in Fort Lauderdale, sir.
Bathhouse?
Hold on,
It was dark, bro.
Is that a new bathhouse? Oh my gosh, all of you. All right, let's play our yes or no game called I'd Swallow That. I'm going to make 4 statements, and if the hosts agree, they're going to take a shot. I'd Swallow That, as you know, is sponsored by the LGBTQ plus community's favorite spirit brand. Bacardi is the world's most loved rum brand. Bacardi is as diverse as our LGBTQ plus community. Our neighbors right here in South Florida, they are the world's largest privately held spirits company. Bacardi is also a legacy name, and their support of the LGBTQ plus community with sponsorships, pride announcements, and a deep and passionate support of our LGBTQ plus charities and causes. And that's why tonight It's Happening Out plays I'd Swallow That with our favorite rum drink, Bacardi. All right, here we go. Question 1. It's absolutely clear that Lil Nas X has been a pioneer when it comes to pushing the boundaries of LGBTQ plus representation and gay sex in his music and performances. Now, in his personal documentary, Lil Nas X, Long Live Montero, fans are getting a look at how his boundary-breaking attitude has helped his brother, Trayman Hill, to express his own feelings and sexuality more clearly. So, question 1. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. I love that Lil Nas X helped his brother come out as bi.
Yeah, I'm going to take the shot. I'm definitely going to take the shot. I think it mostly had to do with his brother kind of
Wait,
waking
you
up.
didn't take the shot.
Well, I want to talk first, but here goes.
Because he's afraid that you're going to jump in and talk over top of him. So go.
No, because it kind of before, because like, we always talk a lot about like friendships, like the disservice of friendship and the value of relationships and stuff. And his brother's had a cool statement that he said in the article. And it was something about along the lines of like, if you fuck with me, you fuck with me. If you don't, move on. And I think that's a huge thing. Like he's starting to realize like, I don't need to be who you want me to be. Yeah. Like I could be bisexual and be happy with myself. And if you don't fuck with me, there's no love lost here. I'm good. And I think that's a huge thing that people need to understand. You don't need anybody to live your true self.
Yeah. I think that's one of the hardest things for people to get. That the reality is that not everyone's going to fucking like you. And that's got to be okay. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I do. I sit next to you.
As always, the elephant in the room is bi. Is he bi?
Well,
is he bi?
Right? Isn't that messed up? Because we just celebrated Bi Week, right? A couple of weeks ago. And so I was like,
by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt. 52% of the entire LGBTQ community identifies as bi. 52%.
Okay.
It's not gay men.
I know, and many people get a bad rap because bi is kind of like the safe part of the pool that many go into before they completely come out. But there are people that are truly bi, that are truly pan, and people don't understand it and they don't get the love that they deserve. So like for little Nas X's brother, what a better person to help you come out than freaking Little Nas X. I mean,
it's like having an Olympic coach.
And I also love that this is happening like on the tails of Bisexual Visibility Week. Like what a better
Did I just say that? Max, are you here, bro? Like, what the hell? I swear you said that. Can someone just rewind like 3 minutes? What the hell? You know what I love? Is that Bi Week was just the other day. That's what I love.
When Faye wags her finger at the 17-year-old.
Right, you did
He's
the best.
21 now.
21.
He's 21 now.
Okay.
Go wag other things at
If
him.
we all
Keep
had
fighting. You'll get in someday.
clearly, right? If we all had someone that was waiting for us when we was ready to come out of the closet, think about how life would have been so much different. And the fact that his brother, who had already gone through those challenges, and already paved the way and said, you know what, it's okay. Look what I've done. Follow my footsteps and be strong in who you are. So that's why I actually celebrate this whole article, not beyond the Bi Week, not because it was the segment of who I am, but look, I'm your brother, I'm your family, I'm never going to leave you. We got this, and we're going to do this together.
On behalf of everybody at It's Happening Out, welcome to the club. All right. Warner Music Central Europe has offered its first record deal to a digital character. And I think it is pronounced Nunuri, I think. I might be mispronouncing it. Releasing her debut single, Dominoes, featuring German DJ Al Farben. It's artificial intelligence technology, and it is used to create the singing voice of Nunuri. She is the first digital character with a worldwide representation by IMG models. She has been featured on magazine covers, including Vogue, Cosmopolitan, and Glamour. AI got there before you, Faye.
Hello.
And many other magazines. Watch this.
I'm on a roll, there's no turning back when I get traction. It just happened. Once you get me started, I'm a runaway train. My heart is like an ocean, you is nothing more away.
Well, question 2. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. I hate that AI character got a record deal. I hate it.
Now, I'm not so familiar with this character persona AI thing, but is this any different than things that are like Vocaloid, Hatsune Miku, and a lot of Japanese pop culture such as that? Because that's not necessarily fully AI.
Could you translate?
I have no idea what the F he just said. I was going to ask
Where's
you.
Auntie Mame when I need her?
Well, my question is like, it's like how much of this is AI generated, right? Is it like all the visuals? Is it just the
100%.
voice?
Everything.
Is it the lyrics? Or the lyrics
Everything.
AI generated?
Everything.
And also, why does she? And also, why does she look so creepy?
Because the only contribution, I believe, the only contribution to the visual and word is all of the keyword insertions of what the designer wants.
No, but the voice is several other voices that they put together, and they kind of change it so it's not exactly identical.
Wait, that's still AI. There's a new AI, for example, that has just been announced, where if the AI can record my voice on Queer News Tonight, and we could do the exact broadcast, let's say, which is really what we should do. Queer News Tonight should only be me. And
I thought it was.
We want people to watch, right?
Okay, I think
It is just you.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
yeah, all right. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to keep talking? Okay.
Right.
Okay,
right.
because we'll
You
say
know
more.
because,
I mean, yeah.
And so they can use my voice, and I do a story in Queer News Tonight, or Faye does a story, and the AI will convert me into Spanish, Russian, French, Italian in my voice.
SAG-AFTRA is gonna hate you.
Wait, no, but I'm okay with that, though.
That's what this is, because what's happening is the AI is sampling the voice, and then the person that is inputting the decision making that they want in the AI is making the modifications of what they're doing, and AI is moving at the speed of light to be able to do
But
it.
there are decision makers. That's the thing. There's no like autonomous like decisions made
This
by
is
AI.
brand new technology. What's it going to be
Sure.
like 5 years from
No,
now?
it's scary as hell.
You know,
No,
by the
it's
way,
scary as
as an
hell.
example to this point of the scary as hell on AI, this week Google launched 25 years ago. I remember, now I know, oldest person
I was there
at
with
the table, oldest person at the table. When Google launched, I remember telling my friends, because I was in Yahoo search, this thing, Google search, and the white page and just the entry, holy crap, what we're finding through search 25 years ago. And think about Google today. It is the most valuable platform in the world, valued at $1.7 trillion in 25 years. Ford has been around for 120 years and is only 20% of the value of Google in 25 years. AI, oh my God, what's going to
Oh,
happen?
no, but this thing scares the crap out of me. And first, now there's self-checkout, and then now Alexa wants to chit-chat with me, right? Like, she wants to have, like,
She
conversations
sucks.
about
Actually,
life
she's
and
really
shit,
bad at her
right?
job.
And then from that, and from those two things to this, like, you know, where does this end? And then what happens to incredibly talented future recording artists that are out there? And, like, do they not get to blossom? Do they not? Because you don't have to pay AI. You know what I mean? So how does that work?
I live with somebody where, like in Siri, where I can go Siri, please explain all of the reasons why you like me better than insert person's name. And Siri will go on, and because it's me, will go on for about an hour and a half.
Oh, please. It's because you're white. But I will say, I think it's also based on like age demographics. I don't think like the older folks are going to be into this. This is strictly a younger demographic profile. I don't want to watch a cartoon dance unless I'm watching the Flintstones, and these are like reruns.
May I argue with you?
I don't know.
But if you heard this at Hunters, you would be dancing. You were bopping when the song came on.
I said it was trash, and to be fair, I said it was trash.
He said it was trash.
No,
I kind of like it.
But as
Getting better, yeah.
Hold on one second, because I do want you to come in. Let me argue with
see?
you.
Sure.
Right? One of the most, for LGBT, search engines at YouTube, for example, they begin to know what you are, what you like, and they're putting video in front of you to choose. One of the most popular things going on in YouTube is putting AI presentation in front of you. And for the gay community, gay muscle bear, one of the top things that's going on in AI is this Hercules overperformed muscular artificial intelligence imaging. And the moment Google and YouTube recognizes that, they'll start putting that in front of you. And AI of this sexualized Hercules personality, where the AI is completely creating all of the imaging, all of the motion. They're on the verge of creating the dialogue conversation where you can talk to the AI gay Hercules.
Yes.
Specifically for you.
Yes. That will not get me, but it will get a lot of my friends. I know for sure.
Why?
It won't. I'm not very one-dimensional. Okay, Al?
Why?
But my fiance is. My fiance will eat that Hercules.
Why are you bobbing your head around like Ron DeSantis?
I'm sorry. Gen Z, you were going to make an observation.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
it's only going to last about 12 seconds. Go.
I mean, only in bed. But I think that.
That is,
that was an AI generated joke.
I was going to say, right, we're going 3 hours. The elimination is going, I'm talking 3 days. 12 seconds. All right.
No, but I think that as a Gen Zer, I disagree. I don't think that this is like a thing for young people.
Okay.
I think this is a thing for people who are like technophiles, like people who like slut over just the idea of technology in general. And I don't know, this scares me.
Is there enough of that? Do you think there's enough of
Can I challenge you? Challenging you.
Sure.
Challenging you. Is that because Gen Zers, I give the Google example. You have no idea, seriously, honestly now, 25 years ago, before you have no idea Google's impact when it came out. I very much imagine a 21 or 22-year-old at Google 25 years ago going, this is nothing. I challenge you. Are you sure it's because you just don't have the depth of vision at this point to understand how?
Okay, well, first of all,
you have no depth.
First of all, screw you for saying I'm not
I heard that.
imaginative. But second, I mean, look, I'm a bit of a technophile. I studied computer science for 3 years, but I think that this is something that I think part of it is, Gen Z has grown up at an age where these technological advancements are just all happening.
already there.
Or they're already there, but then they're also all happening so quickly. So it gets to a point where you just get numb to it all.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't blow your mind the way that it used to. And I think that so I think for that reason, this is just sort of like,
I want to move on.
It looks like a Pixar cartoon.
But the Gen Zers are going to be numb to it, and here's another reference that he won't get. You're going to be numb to it until Skynet launches the missiles. All right. Just like that's a great joke.
Get the rotary phone.
Right. Just like LGBTQ
I like your way to tell them.
on Wilton Drive, we seem to be taking a lot of Bacardi shots. Let's take a momentary break and hear from our sponsor, Bacardi Rum.
Be mad.
AI grinder. That's wow. Well, welcome back. We know that LGBTQ plus people enjoy a more nuanced understanding of romantic relationships, far greater than the general population. But when it comes to polyamory, we didn't know that the gap was this large. Listen to this. A new Pew survey shows that an overwhelming 75% of gay and bisexual people say it's completely appropriate for adults to have an open marriage, compared to only 29% of straight people. Question number 3. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. Polls show gays accept open relationships more than straights. And I totally believe that.
Yeah.
For sure. For
What
sure.
is that? Lady G up in South Carolina right now is going, they're whores. I can hear it right now.
But here's the thing: we've had to, right? Because we've had to figure out our relationships in LGBTQ plus. There's a lot of people who date people who are closeted. There's a lot of people who date people who aren't, who maybe are on the down low with their own family, or maybe they're married. So we've always had to figure out our own dynamic of what a relationship looks like. So we've been always open to what a new relationship might look like to us. I mean, I really do believe that we're the first ones to really make it a viable thing to have a throuple, or to have an open relationship, that's legit. It's not your whores and you want to just sleep with everybody. No, everybody that is involved is on the same page and they all agree on the different rules that they have.
I think we were like hippies, we were rebellious. We figured out kind of the taboo of the kind of the sexual relations that we had. And then we realized we don't have to hold the traditional values our parents did. And it took a long time for me to be open to the thought of sharing my partner. Now I'm open to it. Now I'm thinking about maybe having fun
both
together.
Of you do that?
Yeah, we'll have fun together. I'm still very uptight. I'm very, territorial.
You're selfish.
I'm selfish.
That's your toy. That's my baby. That's my bear.
Yeah.
My bear.
Yeah.
I'm extremely selfish, but I think what it is that, we've had to come through realizing that not everyone can meet our needs. And so we also didn't have somewhere we can go and have a conversation with someone, a professional, and say, hey, my needs are being met with my partner. Help me work through this mentally, emotionally. And so what we did was we said, you know what, you're not meeting my needs. How can this person meet my needs? Let's have a conversation. Whereas our heterosexual counterparts, they've always had a strength. They've always had a place to go, a church or wherever, to say, you know what, how maybe Wanda may need to expand her mindset so Joe can sustain this relationship without cheating, without it being a hurtful situation. And so we've had to adapt and survive. And to Faith's point, we've done that by having these hard conversations because we had no one to help us direct.
No, but we didn't have to. That's the part that I don't like about these scenarios, is that people think we can't be with one person the rest of our lives. We could. Mm-hmm. It's just nice to have an open dialogue and to be able to say, I want to give you this.
Well, and if that works for you and you're in that situation, we applaud you. Great.
Yeah.
You're happy.
My thing is the wording. They say acceptable and unacceptable. Who is out here saying that a certain type of relationship that is not your own is unacceptable?
Ron DeSantis, right? And everybody on Fox News,
No, in the words of Marsha B. Johnson, pay it no mind. Mind the business that pays you. It's none of yours.
Not doing that. I have had 1,000 examples. I'm not exaggerating much. I've had 1,000 examples of straight friends of mine from college on that have said, God, straight guys, I'm so damn jealous of gay guys because your life sexually is so much better than mine. And I always come back to, well, but that's because you place those limitations on you and you accept those limitations that are being placed on you by others in your community. Mm-hmm. This poll survey shows we don't do that to each other. So as a result, like your situation, it's completely okay.
Do you remember what you said to me once when we were talking about OnlyFans? And
No.
and you said, would you do OnlyFans? And I said, no. And you said, why? I said, my mother. And you're like, that's why this community.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We will never progress and move forward because we have our parents and our ancestors still with their hooks in us.
Yeah.
Parents,
So are you
ancestors,
saying
spirituality.
in the area of your ways? I mean,
GOP, etc. Let me tell you one quick story. We were talking about the sexual satisfaction of this commitment of open relationship. One of you mentioned the specifics of the value, the technical value of this commitment. I was in Santorini. I will never forget this. Derek Barry, from America's Got Talent and then performed on RuPaul's Drag Race in Las Vegas, came to the RuPaul cruise, and I'm coordinating the RuPaul cruise. And Derek Barry and I sat around a table one night, and we talked about, because he was famously 10 years ago in a throuple in Las Vegas. And to me, it was like, I was Judgy McJudgy. I know that's hard to believe, but Judgy McJudgy of going, oh my gosh, how can you be this? How can you commit to this? It's so bad for... And Derek Barry explains to me, wait, this is a perfect situation for me because I love him and I love him and I travel all over the world. When I leave, my two partners are there. And I would much rather them be happy with each other than the wonder of the grand tour that they would go on.
Yep.
So it structurally worked for Derek Barry. Well, who gets the chance to go Judgy McJudgy? No, that doesn't work. No. Derek Barry found a way to make that work. Yeah. That's what this survey says.
Yeah,
79% of us believe that.
And it didn't last forever for them, right? But for others, it does, and that's their way. And like you said, also, there's plenty of gay people who are monogamous and have no problem having the one partner forever, the same vagina forever.
That reminds me.
And ever.
Snap out of it.
Sorry.
That reminds me, at the end, on Jonathan and the new relationship, you haven't come in under the pool when it's going to end yet, so we got to do that.
Are you going to play feet bets?
Yeah, we are, baby.
We moved in together.
Okay.
Got 3
All right. You won't have to buy a gift wrap for these birthday presents. In fact, it's fair to say that what some gay men are asking for is totally unwrapped. Nude pictures of their friends, not boyfriend, friends. The New York Times has also reported a trend of gay men looking to add intimate photos of genderqueer photos. Genderqueer photographer Brandon Drake told Time that he had made the request for nudes so often that this year, on his birthday, he received nudes from friends all over the world without even having to ask. Gosh, I'm so jealous. So jealous.
Do not send me a nude, Al. I don't want to see it.
Question 4.
I do.
Gigabytes for it.
You'd be impressed. Question 4. With a Bacardi, I'm pretty sure. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. I enjoy nudes from friends as long as I'm expecting them.
Hell no. I'll take them whether I expect them or not. Yeah. Like it's the funniest thing to do is to find an alias on X, previously Twitter, of a friend who's trying to stay very discreet and seeing their nudes.
Oh my God,
the funnest shit in the world.
I'm
not trapping them.
I have done that.
Put it out.
I've seen that, and I'm like, wait, this is you.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt you just 1 second? Jonathan just told us he's like the Wicked Witch in Hansel and Gretel. Let me put down the breadcrumbs until I push you in the oven.
No,
I'm not trapping him.
I reciprocate just as much as I receive. What I'm saying is it's very much fun if someone has an alias and I happen to come across it. They're not denying it. They're just trying to hide it, and I happen to find it. Was I searching for it?
I know that penis. I know that penis.
I've used that. Do you ever come out?
And tell them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So I haven't.
Well, because
if you're not under an alias, they are.
Right. It's only if they're close enough to me. I'm not going to do it to a stranger or an acquaintance. It's like a real friend where I'm like, girl, I just saw your cock. Like those types of moments. That's fun to me.
That's some shit that girls just don't do. We just don't do it.
I'm going to say we have quintessentially defined gay men and lesbians.
Oh, my God, no.
Right there. If we ever wanted to know, in some instances, we're not in the same community.
We are not. And again, and I'm still going to remind all 5 of you, do not send me shit after this show, okay? Because I swear to God, I'll block all of you.
But I'm also that guy at the table like, hey, look what I just did. Whether y'all want, I have done that here with you guys.
That's different. That was a good picture, though.
That was a good video, too.
That was a good video,
yeah,
too. But I'm also that person who, on a boring day, say, hey, I'm bored today, send me news. And it just randomly happens throughout. And I'm also that
Never
same
done
person.
that in my
I'm also that same person on a birthday say, hey, send me news. So it could be a random moment where I'm at the office and I'm like yawning and I need to stay awake.
See,
But I've been that person on Twitter.
Envy your life in your life.
And
If
found a
I
person.
did that, it would appear on the
This is
on the
not
front
my
page
life,
of the
though. I
Miami
look at that
Herald.
very-
I could not do that. I couldn't because it would be like, no, I just couldn't do that.
I like doing
How?
the
That's
surprise
not your penis, though.
No. I'm talking about if I ask if I reached
you
out.
I
The
never-
Miami Herald's got
never
bigger stories
asked.
to talk about. Faith.
No,
No.
John
I've
doesn't have
never-
to ask. He's so freaking good looking. He doesn't have to ask.
never
He just goes, hi, and it goes, bloop, 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 bloop.
I
Your head twirl on your shoulders. I never asked.
never asked
All right,
for dick
fine.
pics.
All right.
I'm taken. That's
All right. That's I'd swallow that. I'm taken. 79% say, no, you're not. All right. I'd swallow that. And that's our presentation of that. Next up is our segment we call Best Thing of the Week. Each week, It's Happening Out celebrates great things in our community. Best Thing of the Week is sponsored by Israel's national airline, El Al. Faye and I are getting ready to go there.
Woohoo!
El Al was born in 1948 with the state of Israel and is an expression of national existence and pride. And this pride is self-evident in South Florida. El Al features nonstop service from Miami to one of the world's great LGBTQ plus destinations. That's Israel. And this fall, El Al has connected two LGBTQ plus capitals, Tel Aviv and Fort Lauderdale, with seasonal service, and next spring adding extensive flights, and that's why El Al is our sponsor of the Best Thing of the Week. Here we go. NSYNC is back together on a chicken wing and a prayer. The band, which recently reunited on MTV's The VMAs, I thought was cheap publicity because I thought they were going to perform, and they did not, got together again on the first episode of the 22nd season of Hot Ones. In the 24-minute episode, now available on YouTube, the guys from NSYNC share.
Wolf. I was like, what?
Share a meaty toast. The band has just recorded a new song, Better Place, for the upcoming movie Trolls Band Together, the Disney film, that prompted chatter about a reunion tour, though the band kept mum on the rumors of the tour. The band members reflected on their nearly 30 years of stardom, offering morsels of wisdom that at times were spicier than the wings themselves. Watch this.
My lips are on fire.
I'm actually okay.
Shut up, JC. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Okay. Okay. I remember that.
What's the
I don't like that.
swearing quote on your show? Like,
Let it fly. We
is
just
there a
want
number
this off.
who's been the worst?
Oh, who cusses the most? Gordon Ramsay
Really?
by far. We actually
Went
did
full Martin Scorsese on
we
you?
did a count. I think it was
What the fuck?
it's like 180 or something in the episode alone.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be tough to break that.
Yeah.
We'll be tough to break that.
Wolf of Wall Street.
We'll be good. I think we did it.
Broke another record. Yes!
The best thing of the week. The NSYNC guys reunited on Hot Ones and broke into song over spicy wings. What did y'all think? Anybody love Hot Ones?
Yeah.
Watched it?
Yeah.
The show is interesting. So basically the show is that they'll interview people and then they'll give you 10 wings, right? And as the interview progresses, the wings get hotter and hotter.
Well,
so you've
the
got to figure out
sauce.
the
The
sauce
sauce
on the
is
wings
on
gets
it.
hotter and
Yeah,
hotter.
yeah.
So you've got to figure out how to get through this damn interview
do
with
that, by the way. He gets NSYNC to come on and eat the most deadly wings on the planet, and it is all I can do to get Faye to sit down for 20 minutes. I don't understand what
Well,
I'm
the
doing
thing is
wrong.
that some of the best content has come from this show. And the thing is once you're on fire, it leads you to say some outlandish shit. Some things you may not want to reveal ends up coming out of your mouth. And there is a line of celebrities that is
I have
lengthy.
that have been on there.
No, that want to be on
Oh,
there.
okay. Well, and most of the boys from NSYNC have been on there before, so it's not like, oh shit, this is super hot. I'll never come back here. They went back to get this again.
Justin Timberlake
you know?
said, I fucking hate that I'm doing this. I'm gonna do it, but I hate that I'm doing this because I know this is gonna be torture for us today.
Can you name all the NSYNCers?
No, I just like Joey, JC, and Justin Timberlake. That's it. If there's a threesome.
So you forgot the ugly ones. So you didn't mention Chris, and you didn't mention
Lance was a dick to me. I love you, Lance. Like I'm sure you're cool and everything.
Love him.
But at Pride, I took an autograph.
Celebrity, I want to
He
change
told you no?
Yeah.
Lance Bass, you're an idiot.
No, you're cool. Whatever.
He told you no in that.
For an autograph that he was trying to get for his thick niece that
I
really
wish I
loved
wouldn't have do that.
She was dying. She was fucking
She
dying.
died, okay? How do you feel about that, Lance Bass?
Hey, I heard a rumor. Speaking of celebrity, I want to change the subject a moment. Speaking of celebrity, I heard this week. Did you hang out with Billy Porter?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
Why are you changing the
We don't
topic
talk
to something
about
that has nothing to do with the story?
We don't talk about stuff like that. My celebrity friends remain discreet.
Did you?
Well,
That's
okay.
why we're friends.
But I saw a picture of you on Facebook where you were celebrating his birthday, so you were with him for his birthday, all right?
Yes, I was with him for
Thank
his
you. It was on Facebook. That's free.
No,
All right,
wait.
fine.
I want to ask a second.
I haven't even seen that picture.
Secondary. Everyone saw that picture, dude. It's
in the kitchen, like literally, yeah.
Yeah.
And Jonathan was on the table. Well,
No,
that's a whole different.
no.
No,
Well,
I'm
he
only
was
kidding.
on the
I'm only kidding. Somebody said that he might be moving to South Florida. Have you heard anything? Like
No, he hasn't told me that.
Yeah.
No. He hasn't told me
He
that. But
hasn't told me that. Boy, it took 3 seconds
To be his
get
bestie. It's his
yeah.
bestie.
Oh, we're not,
he
we're
was
not
on the, he was on the
besties.
phone
We're
with
not
Billy
besties.
Porter on the way
Like,
in.
we follow each other on Instagram and stuff like that. We're not besties, but we see each other at parties. That's it.
So the chicken wings remind you of Billy Porter, though? I'm just trying to understand.
I'm trying to understand the connection too, because he straight up interrupted both of them. So he was like, how do I? What center of attention? Let me pick a random topic.
I just did what that host at Pot One does so well. Before you know it, you're spilling your secrets. Now I don't have hot sauce, but
And not chicken wings.
Party will do it.
And not chicken wings. Not Billy Porter and chicken wings. I'm just that correlation. Okay. I'm
Really, I stay strong. Yeah.
all right. So Lance Bass, you're rejecting Lance?
I'm not rejecting Lance. I'm just telling you the experience I had with Lance. And Lance did not give me an autograph or a picture at Pride. And so I just
Jack
like
married
everybody
Shop.
else.
Feel let
That's all the
down.
members.
You feel let down by it.
Why did I feel let down?
What did y'all think about his purple hair?
I did love his purple hair.
Did you?
I immediately went, one of them is gay? That's my immediate to that.
Oh man, that was actually funny.
You
Max.
know who is
But think about
having
it,
the
it's-
worst reaction to that statement from Gen Z 21-year-old? Lance Bass. What the fuck? You did not. He's been gay for a long time.
I was unaware.
Since before you were born.
I'm sure. I was unaware.
Yeah.
I think NSYNC has been disbanded since before I was born too.
I think so. I think they have
Wow,
children
you're young.
your age, too.
Jesus
So yeah.
Christ.
They just performed again together.
So
maybe I'm the only one that's not excited
Max,
at this table.
boy
I'm like,
band is
okay.
when boys get together and they sing in a song.
I only know
They're usually from Orlando.
Wait.
That is true, Boston. Is it like, is it Boston? Wasn't it a white Boston
famous
group?
producer in Orlando that went to prison and died in prison over the NSYNC story.
He would have loved
Did you know that?
He would have loved you.
He would have.
He would have had you shave your mustache, but he would have loved you.
Oh my God. Oh, no. All right. That's a whole nother, that's a dedicated episode of It's Happening Now. One other thing. Is it just me or did Joey Fatone look fantastic?
Joey Fatone is gorgeous. Like little.
I don't find him
little daddy bear.
I used to call him Joey Fat
He's
One.
been looking good since he left.
Oh, they're on the left. Look at the white beard. He has grown into that so well.
I will
he
say,
was so sensitive to the way he looked versus, Justin Timberlake.
yes.
JC Chazé was my favorite. And like now he looks like he's like giving up on his looks. I feel bad about it.
Wow.
Like his hair's all long. He looks greasy. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like
Well,
he's been.
I think Joey looks the best, obviously, because of my style. But he has
That's
been
how you
looking.
roll?
That's how I roll. He's been looking daddy since he left the band. While he was with the band, it was like the moment he left, it was as if he was like taking on this daddy bear vibe, and it's working.
And you're
for
loving
him
it. Yeah.
I have tons of friends that wish he was in the gay community.
Oh,
I bet.
Here's another one. Here's another one.
All right.
Wow,
very
I'm
good.
loving
All
this.
right. We wish NSYNC all the luck. We love seeing you all together in whatever way you want. All right, next. Each week.
In whatever way you want.
Whatever way
Just
you
do
want.
whatever the hell you want to do and think.
Hey, we're gonna love you.
want to do it.
As Al Slobbers, did you see that go? Did y'all see that?
Give me a moment.
He likes Justin Timberlake. Leave him alone.
Strong today.
Oh my gosh. Al.
No, you don't like Justin? He's your least favorite? Who's your favorite of the five?
Footone. Justin Timberlake is super talented. He is so smart. His business acumen is so smart. He's just not interesting to me. And girls, through the whole NSYNC phenomenon, just died over him. And I thought, not so much. But that's not that I don't respect him, because he's pretty genius. But
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, next, each week. Wait, I got to get this all out
together.
of my head.
I still love it. I'm still laughing.
A little warm here.
I see the sweat, bro.
I know. Each week at It's Happening Out, we ask our host about what is important to them. But there is a twist. It must be in just 30 seconds, or you hear that bell. We call this segment What's on Your Mind, and it's sponsored by Jets Pizza. Jets is the LGBTQ plus pizza of choice in South Florida. What's on our mind is the deep dish Detroit style pizza, or perhaps the cauliflower.
Listen, these cinnamon twists are delicious. Okay? Don't sleep on the cinnamon twist. They're fantastic.
You can't make this stuff up.
We are live.
Jets Pizza, gonna love it. All right, Jets Pizza has been with It's Happening Out for 4 years, and tonight will be the last. And their Bigger is Better campaign captured our attention. Oh, and by the way, thanks, Faye, for looking in advance. And
There's that part.
they're talking about their slices. What did you think we were talking about? Jets supports a huge variety of LGBTQ plus events and nonprofits with more than 400 locations nationwide. You can't make this stuff up.
Nope.
I'm just telling you, we're live.
We're live.
Literally. They are considered one of the best franchise opportunities in America. And this is why Jets Pizza is our sponsor of What's on My Mind. Their last night of doing it, but we thank you. Jonathan Casanas, let's start with you. What's on your mind?
Well, I mean, obviously, you guys know I moved my fiance from Toronto to Wilton Manor. So that's what's on my mind. Moving in with someone and knowing what they are like 24/7 is very interesting. Apparently, I can't sing during work hours. Apparently, he doesn't know how to wash dishes. So, yeah, know who the fuck
that on
you're
TikTok.
moving in with. Know who you're moving in with, because it can get very difficult. But I am working through it. Let's just say that.
You know, I'm sometimes clairvoyant, and I see,
Don't say it, Al.
therapy.
Yeah.
No, that's a given. We
already
knew
in
that.
therapy.
We knew that.
We're already
All right,
in therapy.
thank you very much. Let me ring the bell for your life.
Thank you.
There we are. That's it. Elimination, what's on your mind?
Well, it's HBCU week. In 1980,
What that is.
HBCU week is a week that was designated by Jimmy Carter through an executive order in 1980, where we celebrate historically black colleges and universities. There's a total of 107. The oldest being Cheney University in 1837. And many of them are still around. So during this week is a time to highlight the opportunities that HBCU schools give to the black population and highlight their successes, and also recognize that the most diverse populations often come from HBCUs. So although black folks were prevented from going to schools, HBCUs have always welcomed diverse populations into the school. And so we're thankful that has still existed since 1980. Every president continues the executive order. So every year, it's normally during the second week in September, but I think through crazy times, they often have to change it, but it's always in September. So shout out to all the HBCU graduates, all the schools that's still providing hundreds and hundreds of students who are changing the world.
You know, I was very excited this week about that for the historically black colleges and universities, because I've heard that Liberty University in Virginia is getting ready to be reclassified as a historically...
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So I was like, how's he going to wipe this up? How is he going to wipe this up? Because I can't... And there it is.
Hey, is that an official thing? How do you wipe it up? Yeah, baby. I just whited this up.
How do we wipe this up?
He whited it up.
All right, I'm good with that. And FayWhat? What's on your mind?
FayWhat? So here's what's on my mind. I want a boat. I want a yacht, okay? I need to soak in the sun and lay out on a boat, all right? I have a million trillion friends and nobody with a boat. So here's a call to action. If you got a boat, invite me. I'll buy you a captain's hat. I am that girl that waves to all the boats coming by so everybody will think you're cool. So just call me up. I need a friend with a boat. Or maybe I have a friend with a boat and they just don't want to take me out on
That's
the boat.
probably what.
Which might also be the case, which means I'm still mad and I'm still looking for a new friend with a boat or a
They know
yacht.
you can't swim.
Thank
They
you.
know you can't swim. That's why.
We did
danger.
Floatorama. They're getting ready to do their big check presentation. I hear it's going to be amazing, and how much they're giving back to youth advocacy organizations in South Florida. Are you? Oh,
Yes, I
that's
am.
fabulous. I was on the big boat for Floatorama as we came into the Cove at Broward Center, and there's Faye on a boat as 400 gay men are sailing in, and Faye is just lounging back, just going,
Hello. I flash my boobs maybe once or twice, normal thing.
All right, so let's end what's on your mind with Gen Zers. Cameron Glass, what's on your mind?
I was originally going to be very selfish and say I'm going to New York very soon to do some awesome opportunities for trombone music, and I would love everyone to keep me in their thoughts, do a little spiritual whatever you do. I don't really question it or care. But what really got me today...
With Faye, it's a spell.
Brujeria, brujeria. But what really got me today was Max going on an absolute tirade about his hatred for sliced bread, and I really want to put that in your mind for your what's on your mind now, because I want you to tell the world about your hatred.
I'm right there with you. You, let me understand as I prepare, you hate white bread.
That was not going to be what's on my mind.
Is that your new name for Al? White bread?
That was going to be there.
No.
Okay.
It's the best thing since sliced bread, and I was like, sliced bread isn't even that good. But that's not what's on my mind. Don't get me off track.
Don't get me off track.
I just got invited to an event with the vice president. Now, not to brag or anything.
Wait a minute, Vice President of the United States, not Vice President of
Vice President Pence. Tell us all about it.
Now, not to brag, but this is my fourth or fifth Kamala Harris event, but here's the thing. Every single time I get a little bit closer to her, right? So I inch by inch, and so last time I was about 5 feet away from her, close enough to hear her chuckle.
How many inches do you have?
I don't know, but
close enough to hear her chuckle.
Close enough to hear her.
You were close, bitch.
It's like what the hell was that?
Hold on. You have just made fun of soon to be. Probably in 2024, 25, the President of the United States.
And HBCU graduate, by the way, as we celebrate HBCU.
It's for her college tour. So we keep getting closer and closer to each other. We've yet to exchange a single word. So tomorrow's gonna be my day. Maybe we'll see. But listen, she's avoiding me like I avoid my exit parties. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, Kamala,
you said that joke so fast, nobody even got it.
I got it. That's how I avoid it.
So Kamala, excuse me, Vice President Harris.
Better received.
Yes.
Yeah, for real. Be respectful.
Please, say hi. I don't bite unless you want me to.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to make this happen for yourself.
Are you flirting with the Vice President of the United States?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Listen, I think if you shave your mustache, she's going to come over and talk to you.
Yeah. If you got rid of that caterpillar.
I'm serious. The caterpillar on your face.
That caterpillar thing.
I'm going to get tackled by Secret Service tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
I will.
I won't assume that you can talk about it, so I won't press you. But is it a local event in South Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it's
What
part
streets are they
of a
closing
college
down,
tour.
girl? Because I'm not going to be going by there.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, congratulations, and I hope you all get to make out or something.
I'd love to
I hope she
There's the 79%. Of course, an open relationship works. All right. And we love Kamala Harris. We do.
A good vice president.
Yeah, very good vice president. All right. And also on our mind is the great Jets Pizza, and also their
cinnamon sticks.
We love the cinnamon sticks. Watch this.
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better, like the world's best pizza, Jet's Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now visit jetspizza.com and save. Click on hot deals for special offers in your area. Jets, better because it has to be.
4 years. Thank you, Jets Pizza.
They're never bringing us back.
Oh, we love you.
Love you.
All right. Our Hotspots magazine will celebrate 39 years this fall. It has been documenting the LGBTQ plus lifestyle and is the inspiration of our Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week. And it's sponsored by Broward Center for the Performing Arts. In the LGBTQ plus community, we always make jokes about size matters. When it comes to Broward Center, size does matter. And the Broward Center is the destination of choice for LGBTQ plus South Florida for spectacular entertainment in a large variety of performance and performance venues. Broward Center ranks among the top 10 most visited theaters in the world, presenting more than 700 performances a year to more than 700,000 patrons. And Broward Center supports one of the world's largest gay communities of Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, and all over, really, South Florida. They support that LGBTQ plus community and our nonprofits unlike any theater in South Florida. And we're excited to tell you about upcoming shows. And did you know that surveys show that the LGBTQ plus community participates in live theater performances 2.5 times more than our straight counterparts? And that's why they are the sponsor of Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week. Here we go. Gay porn directors, break out your legal pads because you'll be taking some notes. Reddit users in the Ask Gay Men community have been listing the turnoffs that turn XXX films into total buzzkills. For many of the gay Redditors, socks are a nuisance in NSFW fare, as they want to know if the Joes are curling or not. Queers are curious and suggest what porn and porns would have more or less. For some, close shots are a big no, while some prefer real voices without background music. One user pointed out that haircuts, saying, quote, "I'm sorry, but these damn side buzz with curls or the ice cream cuts just turn me off. And it's all I see when it comes to twinks." Well, I wonder if they're talking about Max, end quote. Another user suggests avoiding using straight guys for gay porn. The list is long as gays are choosy and we are choosy. The Hotspots Queer Entertainment is Reddit users share the parts of porn that turn them off. What do y'all think?
First of all, I don't have a buzz cut, and I don't have curly hair, so that joke didn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
But second, I think that...
Wow.
Come on. See, this is exactly our service tomorrow is going to go, no.
No.
No to the twink.
And you'll be arrested.
Frequently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are your turnoffs?
Women in porn.
That's
no, I mean, that's what I would have thought initially would be like number one for gay boys would be like, okay,
Not
I
for
don't want to,
me.
you know,
Not for
no, there's plenty of boys who enjoy seeing a girl in their porn, but there's plenty of boys who don't want to see a girl be a part of that, you know, and about their dream fantasy.
Let me challenge that. Do you think, you're using the adjective or the description plenty, do you think a lot of gay men want to see women in porn?
I don't think a lot of them do. I think that a fair amount do.
Okay.
I think a fair amount do, and when I'm sitting at a table with very open people.
Well,
okay?
I think a lot of it for me, especially because I do have women in my porn, but a lot of it is knowing that the
But that's
man
because you're filming on OnlyFans.
Well, also that, but it's also because I know that the men in this film are straight, and straight men turn me on. And so if I have straight, like the whole thing about this is a straight man, there's a man jerking the guy off, I'm like, probably less likely that he is straight. But if I know that a woman's in there, it's probably going to give me the more, fantastical idea of,
but women still get you off though, John. That's different, okay?
No, but I'm not really focused on the woman. I mean, I could get off on the women, but I don't watch like lesbian porn.
No, I got it.
So that would, if I watch lesbian porn, I would tell you I'm into the woman in the video. But I know specifically why I want the woman in there, and it has to do with the male's authenticity of them being straight.
So I hate dirty feet. I hate when they show the guy's feet and his feet are dirty. Like he's been walking around in the sand for like 3 days. I hate that. I hate dirty white socks. I think that's the worst thing to ever show on camera. I hate the whole 90s music where we about to bounce, go out and like let all that go. And when the two stars look exactly alike, like I'm so confused. Like it is not, it's so not sexual. It's like he's doing himself. So though
his brother, and that's gross.
Well, I like Taboo.
I think it's gross.
I mean, so Taboo is a little different. But
porn.
I've also
kind of
like
look the same.
Twinsy. So that's a little Taboo. It's a little bit different. When it's Jonathan Casanas and Jonathan
there's
Monterello, and they all look exactly the same. It's like, wait a minute,
there's a whole genre of very famous twin porn
and that's very
stars
different.
Gay that come in and they do a third and they do each other, and it's
No, listen.
But that's set up very different than two, again, because it's set up about the taboo. So the whole purpose of it is to see the two brothers versus Johnny and Jimmy or Johnny and Max.
Got it.
Very two different names, very two different. They meet. He's the firefighter coming in to save the day, and you're like, wait a minute, why does the firefighter look like the guy who's he's saving, and then the body types are the same?
Well, that's the part. That was my pet peeve. My pet peeve are storylines. Fake storylines, like where you have to act and have a script, and it doesn't make sense.
They're not
to me.
actors, bro.
That's
I mean,
it.
come on.
But then why have one?
Good?
But then why have a story?
In front of my
Just come.
salad?
I
Like,
came to
come
see
on.
you fuck. Just fuck. Why do you have to, like, there's one that I will say was amazing for me and for my fiance. There's a guy who comes in and needs help on his oven, okay? this maintenance worker comes in and so the guy in the house is wearing a robe. Maintenance worker comes in looking like a maintenance man, okay? Legit. All is well. I'm like, this could be real. This could be real. So they get to the kitchen. The guy puts his phone up on the toaster. And he's working in the oven. Now the guy is opening his robe while the man is working on the oven. And he's revealing himself. Now he's naked. And so the guy can't see. The maintenance worker cannot see that he's revealing himself. Okay? So every so often he would close his robe and then the maintenance worker will come up and talk to him. And so, he's safe. He didn't see it. As it progressed, little by little, the guy would allow him to see him. So the maintenance worker maybe caught a glimpse of his penis, maybe not. But we're like holding on to our chairs, right? As it progressed, he would allow more and more. At the end of it, he was masturbating while the maintenance worker was talking to him. So now we're like, okay, maintenance worker seems to be okay with it, is not making a big deal about it, is not into it, right? He's not showing some interest, but he's just talking to him while he's masturbating. So we're like, this is so real. Well, on OnlyFans, I find the guy on OnlyFans, and he makes a statement saying that all of his videos are fake. Now, ruins
I'm that guy. I'll be blown.
So the only video that ever worked for me that was fantastical, right? That was like this genre of like role playing was ruined. I don't want to see any more of these storylines because now I know they're all fake.
Yeah.
And you're taking me out of it. Just come, have sex.
And let's have sex. You know what I mean? That's why I love the porn that it's the Amazon guy. He doesn't have a fucking package. He's at the store. We're here to do what we're going to do. Right. And that's it. He leaves without a package and we're done. You know, well, he leaves his own.
These genres continue to be because we all have our little niches. Like sitting here and like bashing all of these niches is obviously like problematic, but we know that there's something out there for everyone.
Absolutely.
And that's the only thing we can celebrate.
Look, one of my turnoffs is like yours is music, right? But there was this one time I saw this porn thing. I think it might have had twins in it. I don't really remember. But
down with him again.
But it
Again, Secret Service.
It looked like it was almost as old as Al. Like this looked like it was like
oh my God!
Is it black and white?
No,
I'm
telling you, gay people, as if you might expect, invented Technicolor because it looked older than Wizard of Oz. And then this beautiful music sounded like it was from a Cinderella, like the 1950s Cinderella. Oh, wow. And I was like this is art. Like this is art form. I love porn that is like craft, like a craft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it looks like a
production value.
a real like just person who was just so invested in it as an art form produced it. Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing.
It may. I'll take some crap for it, but you likely will not be surprised that I know some of the most famous porn people in the world.
What a surprise, Al.
Michael Lucas has been in my house. Rocco Steele has been in my house.
But has he been anywhere else?
He's been inside you as well.
Have you been in your car? Have you been in
Question right there, baby.
Now you're closer. And the big turnoff for me in following porn is those, and you identified it. I think you made the comment about it. Is if you're straight working in gay versus you're gay. I have a very, very good friend at Bellamy in Prague, and they pride themselves. First off, they're the best studio in the world. Pound for pound, the best studio.
Well said.
And they're gay, and they're very proud of these beautiful gay masculine men at Bellamy. I have a very good friend that owns a big studio in the UK, and they're overwhelmingly straight men. And when you look at the British studio and you look at Bellamy in Prague, you can tell the British studio, even if they don't speak, because they're ones that are watching straight porn to stay erect. That is so uninteresting to me, because it's like, to your point, the fantasy is to enjoy the fantasy.
Yes.
And Bellamy goes, we know exactly what you want, and 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 we'll deliver it in different ways for gay men.
So when are we getting AI-generated porn?
It's coming.
God.
Absolutely. It already exists, but it is for sure coming.
Oh, I bet it's coming.
It would be amazing.
It will be coming. It's usually a coming shot.
It would be amazing if I could tell the AI generator exactly what I want.
Wait, it's coming. If you're a fan, for example, of Superman, let's reverse engineer it. I'm interested in Superman, and I'm interested in Brandon Roush Superman. Create a scene with Brandon Roush and Brad Pitt.
Tom Holland.
And okay, Tom.
Wow. There's a lot of deep fake, there's like a whole thing of deep fake porn, right? And one of the most common, and I know this because I've Googled it, of course, but one of the most common deep faked faces is Tom Holland.
Yeah, you're right, it's true. But these are pictures, not actual porn.
Yeah, it's coming. It's for sure. I'm just telling you, it's coming, and it's going to be so good that you will barely know
that you'll be coming too.
It's not.
There's one of Tom Holland with my body. It's so hot.
Right, it is. Right.
Not my body, the guy's face. Sorry, I didn't.
Right now, there's a whole genre of near naked or naked of Harry Potter. And Harry Potter at 240 pounds is a muscle guy.
There you go.
And AI is going to change everything.
All right.
We're on
in that way, I'm down.
Yeah, you're down. All right. And speaking of, that's our entertainment conversation for today. And speaking of Hotspot Square Entertainment, here's a quick glimpse of the venues that are part of. And by the way, I'm sure Broward Center loves with this. Broward Center.
The Broward Center for the Performing Arts, Parker Playhouse, Aventura Arts and Cultural Center, Rose and Alfred Miniaci Performing Arts Center. 4 venues that together bring a wealth of excitement to our community through the performing arts. The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is the center for world-class live entertainment, arts education, special events, dining, and more.
Well, thank you, Broward Center. Next, we are proud of our special partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. And supporting that partnership, we are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine Cathedral at the Happening Out Television Studios. We broadcast Sunshine Cathedral's Sunday International Service at 10:30 a.m. every week.
Balls to be bigger.
Oh no, I can't comprehend this either. Like, I'm mad. I have don't hook me up to this. Look.
You know, I can honestly say I have never loved Sunshine Cathedral more.
Me too. Hashtag my queer church.
Right, next. Let's discuss It's Happening Out's Hot Topic this week. It's sponsored by the American retail chain Hot Topic, with nearly 700 locations specializing in counterculture-related clothing and accessories representing many varied interests of the LGBTQ plus community, including music, movies, graphic artists, gaming, and more. Hot Topic features one of the largest collections of Pride merchandise that celebrates all aspects of the LGBTQ plus community. Hot Topic is a major supporter of the diversity of our community and supports many events, festivals, and nonprofit LGBTQ plus organizations. And that is why they are sponsor of It's Happening Out's Hot Topic. Queer News tonight recently covered the story of a gainer, or a person who has a fetish for large bodies and bellies, who documented himself swallowing the children's toys Orbeez in order to distend his stomach. The anchored debate on the show was just as heated as online debate has been, and people have been bashing the gainer community as well as fetishes in general. While most people who have a fetish don't push it so far as to cause possible medical issues, there are those who choose to experience their limits. Watch this.
Balls to be bigger.
Oh no, I can't comprehend this either. Like, I'm mad. I have like, don't hook me up to this. Look. I don't even like that this is called a kink, and I know it is kind of. No, I'm good. Thanks. I call me a kink shamer, call me a fat shamer, call me whatever shame you want. I don't care. This is so unhealthy to the body, not just the Orbeez balls, but this practice in general. I get, like, you know, you may like a huskier body or whatever, but I mean, to do such permanent damage to your body it's crazy to me. This is a psychological disorder, in my opinion. I'm not a licensed therapist or a doctor, but this is different than, you know, like wanting to put on leather or wanting to, even have those little electrocuting things. Like, I'm good with all of that stuff, but this is indisputably harmful to the body. We shouldn't be going along with this. We shouldn't be accepting this, because I was reading all these articles and Reddit things about, like, you know, I don't want to be a kink shamer and I'm torn between the two. No, you shouldn't be torn between the two. This is terrible. It is dangerous. He should not be any kind of role model. And I understand that he says, I'm not a role model. I'm just documenting my life experience. It's America. Do what you want to your body, but this is dangerous, and we should not be behind this in the LGBT community.
If he was starving himself on social media or cutting himself on social media or anything like that, the platform would have taken him down. I think that X, stupid name, is asleep at the wheel.
Wow. This week's Hot Topic is, when a fetish goes too far, how often do we blame the fetish? What do we think here?
Where do we begin?
I'll let you speak first.
I mean, yeah, you should have left me for last. Because this bothered me, because Trinidadi's my friend, Mark's my friend. The show means a lot to me, and I know that we try to stay as positive and open-minded as we can. I think this was handled piss poorly. I think when we're speaking of population in general and making people seem to be a role model and that they're taking an entire society down, I think is pretty scary and irresponsible. A lot of what Trinidadi said is an opinion, and I will say that Trinidadi is my friend, and I do not want to drag him. But I will say that it was disgraceful for him to say that this is a psychological disorder, that this community at large should not be supported, because what we do may be extreme for you, but in no way is it okay to shame us for what we do. I'm part of the gainer community, maybe not as extreme as Gainer Bull, maybe not as extreme as Brian Steele. I don't swallow Orbeez, but I do pound on pizza and burgers right before a sexual act so that I can feel all my oats, so that you can feel my muscles and you can feel my belly while we're having sex. That is something that me and my fiance practice. But I feel as though that I cannot sit here and be proud of my entertainment group, of my anchor friends, in the act of shaming an entire group when someone decides to take Orbeez. Now, these Orbeez beads are not healthy for you to take. I'm not going to defend him in the slightest. But what I will say is, if we could have kept that conversation to the act of ingesting Orbeez, then I would have kept my mouth shut. But the fact is that Mark has now compared us to cutting, to suspension. What else did he say?
To a mental disorder.
To mental disorder, to piercing, which is not the fact. Because a lot of us love to take steroids. A lot of us love to take carb isolates. A lot of us like to take protein to build our muscles so that we can get off of it sexually, so that we be appealing, and so that during the sexual act, we can flex and get off on each other. Just as much as you hit the second hole, right? Mm-hmm. Just as much as Mark likes to tie people up and whip people, just as much as I sat here and said, that is work, to each his own, I live for you. But they sat there for a minute and 30 seconds and they bashed my entire community. And that is what I can't stand for. So for me, it was very, very, very disheartening to watch that clip last week.
Is it a situation in this example, what they were saying, and then what you have just said now? Is it an example of how if it's not something we do, we don't understand it, and therefore we reject it? Isn't this kind of an example of what we do in so many ways? In that, in our community, we're white gay men, and so we make the joke of Latino, black. We're gay men, so we contrast it to trans. We're gay men, we contrast it to women. Women contrast it to. Isn't this the same kind of?
But why should I care?
Yeah.
Why should I care when I sat here and I've backed Trinidad up?
My question relates to the situation in that it's just what we do. We do this as humans.
Well, and we have to also say that most gainers have zero interest in Orbeez, okay? Zero.
Yeah.
And that was where that conversation went. It was a story about an Orbeez challenge and certain people that were doing this to their body. At the end of the day, you can do whatever the F you want to your own body, right? And if you have a platform and if you're maybe spotlighting something that maybe somebody else is doing, it's not your responsibility if they do it or not, all right? But you can't put a whole community down for that or kink shame in the process. I was the lead anchor on that news story. So I apologize if I had anything to do with that. I kind of stayed out of it because I don't know enough of the community to go and say this, and this.
So you also know that, in fetish is all built about bringing pleasure. And I like how you kind of brought about how gainers bring pleasure. And so when you cannot compare someone's kink and allow them to have pleasure, but not allow someone else who has this is what they do as pleasurable, because all fetishes do is about pleasure. Now, if it's not pleasurable and it does not bring about pleasure, then it truly isn't a fetish, and at a certain point where it becomes harmful. If this individual gets pleasure from it, what we should do is highlight, celebrate, whatever. Now, we may not like his means about it, to your point, but we cannot discount his fetish for doing it, and neither can we say, shout out the persons who do Trimex, shout out the people who do all those other things that are harmful, that inject into our body, and celebrate them, but then come against this individual because it doesn't go to where our value system is. It's about just being honest. And if we don't understand how it fits into their life, it's a moment where we take a step back and say, what is fetish? Is fetish pleasurable? And then support it.
I'm curious from your perspective in terms of what you say. Why do we do that? Is it, are we doing it because we are ignorant? Are we doing it because we don't understand? Are we doing it because we're fearful of something that we don't experience, and therefore we're rejecting it?
All of that.
Why do we do that?
So honestly, I'm gonna say it's all of that. And here's the reason. When I ever speak to anyone that's new to the community, and it's about fetish in general, I'm gonna go back to the topic of fetish per se. And they say, well, yeah, people who do that did a low or did whatever. So I'll ask the simple question: when you're with your partner, do you like to be spanked? Oh, yeah. Do you like your nipples touched a certain way? Oh, yeah. Do you like your private parts touched a certain way? Well, guess what? You're kinky, you have a fetish, and you just don't own it. And the reason you don't own it, because no one ever sat down with you and explained, this is a fetish, and it brings you pleasure. So all of your questions, absolutely, because no one has taken the time. We've gotten simple to the fact of what sexual acts look like, because that's what we were told sexual acts were supposed to look like, and that's it. And that's why a lot of folks come at us sideways, why settlement rules were created, why all these things happened, because no one understood how pleasurable these things were to certain people. And this is just, again, my opinion.
I'm also curious. I hear you loud and clear. I'm also curious in terms of what do we do in a situation like this? How do we broaden our thinking of acceptance and not being judgmental? But
you can have an opinion, Al. You can have an opinion. But it was clear as day. You could see that his opinion was bashing. His opinion was with a hammer. It wasn't like, I'm not into that, but to each his own. It wasn't that energy.
No.
The energy was, you have a psychological disorder. It's very different from me saying, I can't reach the second hole, but you get it, boy. It's very different. And that's the part that pisses me off.
And we have so much mental health issues in our community that sucks to compare it to, because a fetish is not a mental disorder, not at all. And they're like two different worlds, you know?
Let's say that that's 100% correct. Let's, just for the sake of conversation, let's accept that that's 100% correct. How do we get to the place where we forgive what we view as egregious, and then say, okay, now let's try to find the common ground to help modify that opinion and the acceptance process?
We kick Trini off the show.
No,
That's how we do it. We kick Trini off the show. Finally, people will listen to me.
But listen, here's the thing. I feel like we're talking about this propensity to bash certain communities. We're talking about ignorance and this idea that there are people who should not be speaking like this about a community that they do not understand. That if you are not in that community, if you do not understand that community, you shouldn't be talking about it, but especially you shouldn't be talking about it like that.
Yeah.
And I think that for too long we have seen Trinidadi in particular speak super negatively of marginalized communities that he does not understand, in particular the trans community.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we've gotten to a point where that has gone unchecked for too long, that has been allowed to happen over and over and over again. Look at things that he said about trans sports and all of these other things that he doesn't understand. And it's fine to not understand things. It's fine to be ignorant. Keep it to yourself. Right? Yeah. Keep it to yourself or listen and learn.
But I mean, aren't we allowed to have an opposite opinion of stuff? That's why we have this show, because we're all not the same and we're all different. You know, that's why Trini has the position he has.
I do want to
I will respect him there on that. He's got the right. He's got his seat at the table. That is his opinion. His ignorance is his opinion.
I will say that. However, there is a length of willingness to learn, willingness to accept, willingness to listen. I've had a conversation live on this show with him about body positivity as a bear and getting the exact same response we just heard. It's not healthy. Baby, we know what our bodies are doing. We see the medical professionals. We know what's going in our body most of the time. We know what's happening.
There's people who are bigger, who are super healthy and fine. That has nothing to do with shit.
Exactly. And I just want to take this moment to just say, for a fact, Orbeez do not have plastics in them. They are biodegradable, in an essence aided by bacteria. So the only main issue with ingesting them is blockaging. I just want
obstruction, for sure, which is awful.
I just want to put that out in the world.
If you're underdeveloped, if you're a child, these are many different aspects to what he is doing. And although I will say that this man that was doing has blurred the lines between like public discourse and his private sexual practices.
I just want to say broadly that I think the issue here is bigger than what we're focusing on.
Yes.
When I did a story of Erin Parisi, who is the trans woman who is climbing the 7 summits, and I did an interview with her when she was getting ready to climb Summit 6 at Denali National Park. She's done Antarctica, she's done Australia, she's done Europe. She's done Africa, Kilimanjaro. She failed the first time around at Denali in Alaska, which is North America. She's done South America. And when I posted my conversation with her about how spectacular the trans flag was going to be carried up to the top of the highest point in North America, and the final is in sight, which is Everest. And she will become the first trans climber in history to do the 7 summits of this world. I got involved in a conversation actually it would probably not be desirable, of a Reddit that has a huge number of people in it. The response, when I say there were hundreds to thousands of comments, I mean hundreds to thousands of comments. And overwhelmingly, it was trans bash. And it was shocking to me. And it was shocking to me because there was virtually no understanding of the celebration of the point that I was making of this interview about Aaron Parisi. There was trans hate, almost unconditional trans hate. I think about this situation and this observation of going, well, what that means is we've got to spend a lot more time in not bashing the observation that this is a fact. This is the way big chunks of our gay community thinks about this topic, or Aaron Parisi going to the top of Mount Everest. And that if we don't focus on helping to try to educate and change those attitudes, we are never going to change those attitudes. What do you think about
that? For that reason, I think we should have talked about this with both of them here. That's why. Just for that statement that you said right down. Because right now we're saying all this shit and Trini's out there screaming at the TV, right?
Absolutely.
Or Mark is not able to say what he meant and what he was thinking.
I will say I did reach out to them, and we're friends. We're gonna remain friends.
Yeah, good.
They know where I stand. I know where they are, and I just needed to voice my opinion for my community, which I didn't even know that I was a part of. But as someone who represents this, and that this organization is a branch of my brand as well, I needed to say that because we are at this table very much open-minded. We have an opinion, but we never shit on a community, and we need to continue to practice that. If not, the conversation ends there.
And so, to your point,
I have to agree with you,
if
John.
we are building a table and we want our community to be represented at this table, we have to hold space for every community that's not like us. And the only way it will change is we cannot gatekeep who allow at the table. That's how it changes. And until we realize if I deserve to be here, so do you. So do you. Yeah. So do you. The disconnect comes when we say, you know, I'm at this table. I'm here, but you can't because you don't fit. You don't sit in what I feel. Yeah. But the problem is we forget that those others said the same thing to us.
You know what washes over me on that observation, and this will be probably, it could be abhorrent to all of you. But to the observation that you just made, it's my number one criticism of the radical GOP and Ron DeSantis. They live in a bubble where they all sit. I was having a conversation with our director just today of the idea that you're this super majority in Tallahassee, and they have drank the Kool-Aid, and they all believe that they're right in the Kool-Aid that they're drinking. And the moment that we do that and reject everyone else around us, there's no chance of progress. In this instance, we're at the exact same thing. When everybody says gay is, everyone thinks the exact same thing, it's like, wait, please stop a moment. You're so wrong you don't even know how to start the conversation. We are not the same. Y'all are not me, and I am not you. And why can't we celebrate that? We can't because we must be right. We must be. And if we must be right, aren't we the same as the governor of Florida? I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
That's my commitment. I fail at this all the time. All the time. And I think the best comments made, we should have had this conversation with both Mark and Trinidadi at the table. It's very interesting. I love it for one reason for sure. It celebrates and fights back to all of those people that go, all you gay people are exactly the same. No, we're not. And this is proof of that. All right, let's move out of our hot topic this week and let's have a playful conversation about sex. Of course.
Pleasure.
About sex. Our game is called Shag, Marry, Chop. It's sponsored by Andrew Christian. AC is the world's most recognized sexy fashion brand for men. Iconic names like Trophy Boy, fashion wear, swimsuits, and underwear are just the start of Andrew Christian. The brand is founded by and dedicated to the LGBTQ+ community. Andrew has been included in the prestigious Out 100. Very interesting that Andrew Christian has become a status symbol for straight men wanting to adopt the style that the queer community represents. The brand's support of our LGBTQ+ community is unparalleled through pride events, major parties, and our charities, and so much more. Andrew Christian's presence in pop culture, entertainment, trending video content, and so much more is why Andrew Christian is our sponsor of Shag, Marry, Chop. So here we go to play. It's fall, and that means sweatpants season.
Yeah.
That to you, Faye?
Yeah.
Does it? Right?
No, it
Okay.
doesn't.
Yeah, wait. That's what I
It means
wanted.
pumpkin spice season to me.
Oh, please. All right. And it's also Hispanic Heritage Month. Here's the best of both worlds. So here's our choices. First, Jojo Guards, and then Rocky Miller, and then, I love this name, Papito Fonzie. Papito Fonzie. All right, let's play Shag, Marry, Chop. Jonathan Casanas, let's start with you.
Well, this was an interesting one because I didn't really. This came out of left field for me, but I'm super down. Shout out to my LA boy Jojo. I think I'm gonna shag him. I think I'm gonna shag him.
You're not afraid you'll
because I know, huh?
You're not afraid you'll break him.
I will. No, I will break him. But I feel like he could take it also. You know what I mean? Like, look how he shakes.
Look at those
it. Like,
gyrations.
A lot
Yeah,
of his
he can.
Instagram is a lot of gyrating, which he can do right on my lap. And then so I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna marry Rocky, just to kind of go by process of elimination, because I think I'm gonna chop Papito, because just the name is funny to me. I'm not really down for it. Yeah, Papito.
Papito.
No, I need a papi. I don't need a papito.
Yes, I need a
Strong
papi,
arm.
not a papito. What?
All right, that sounds so hip and classy. So, Corey, let's move to Maxx Fenning. Max, who are you going to shag?
Okay, so I am definitely going to shag JoJo.
I think he's gonna shag
baby,
you, but
huh?
whatever works.
That's
Wait,
nice.
I want to pursue that.
It's moving.
Why is that?
It's moving. It's moving for
Very
sure.
specific, and that's interesting
Oh yeah,
to you?
It's moving, and I like that.
Yeah. Wait, did you just tell us your?
I'm there lately.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, actually.
Wait, there's been a dramatic shift.
I don't know if it's been a dramatic shift. That's not a
bottom era.
Wait, you become this
a top. Is that what you were going to say?
He's evolving. He's evolving. Allow him to take his
we don't
journey.
need labels. We don't need
Allow him to do his journey.
Is
Like
that going on in your life?
I thought he was a side. I always thought Max was a side.
You thought I was a side. Ridiculous.
Don't be hating the sides, baby.
I need to be a part of. I need to be at the center of attention.
Yes.
Okay, no, I get that. No, you're right. You're right.
Truer words have
No,
been
no, no. He's right.
Not what a side is.
Wait, I've watched you since you were 17.
I can't.
18.
Roundabout.
Yeah, last 3
18 for
years.
legality.
So the more the growing confidence of you as being this young leader in LGBT, that's making.
I don't know. I'm like an alpha male or whatever.
Are you turning it to an alpha?
Everyone has a beast in the sheets, Max. Everybody's a beast in the sheets.
I don't know.
He's reaching puberty, y'all. He's getting it. He's reaching puberty, yeah.
Wait, and you tell us this tonight, and you talk about him in terms of the turnout for you, and you've basically told us that Kamala is like, I'm taking the girl.
I don't know. I've been very explicitly curating my Instagram Explore page to just be asses. I don't know. It's nice to have a
nice.
I like this new man.
Max is a ass man. Leading the team and everyone else.
Even when I was a bottom, I was an ass man. Is the thing. So anyway, I don't know. There's something about
this new position at your job is just made you into this other person, man. Power that you have.
I don't know, just the shape of it all. But anyway.
Now, if there was just a little bit of Jim. And who are you going to marry?
Okay.
So gotta go.
We're gonna zip it. I'm gonna marry Papito. As is evidenced by the caterpillar on my face. I love a good mustache.
Yeah.
I must say,
don't even start.
I love a mustache.
Yeah, we see.
And
it's moving, right?
And there's I tell you, it's moving. And there's just something about it that's nice. I think he seems friendly and attractive.
Isn't
I really like that.
kind of cute here at the table?
Max has always been cute.
Max has always been cute. Oh my god.
A genuinely innocently cute.
I'm so innocent and I'm so cute.
You're clearly not.
Wow.
No, right. Okay. Okay, and, the chop. The Secret Service. I'm telling
They're
you,
outside the studio.
They're literally going to be like, you're never getting anywhere near that.
Nowhere.
No,
because she's got a nice ass.
All right.
Can you say that? Can we say that?
Can we say that about?
We talk about the vice president's juicy culo.
All right, and your chop. Is
Oh
squad.
yeah,
You know who?
yeah. My chop is whatever his name is. I can't even.
Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky.
Whatever his.
I'm just not vibing. He looks. I don't know.
As
He looks like he looks like he tried to smoke me out. And like in a bad way.
Oh.
I just don't-
Oh.
That's what my people do.
Oh yeah.
I wanna get smoked
when
out.
you're the side, that's the way you can treat it.
It's not though.
Not
Can you
like
guys
that.
Fuck it up, please.
Yeah.
Damn it. Why is the lesbian at the table talking about side? Like,
Yeah. Well, because you have like 900 of them.
well, there's that.
Wow.
Who's your shag?
How am I supposed to follow that up? How am I supposed to follow all this up? Y'all, I'm just going to move on fast.
Yeah.
I'm going to shag our dear gyrating boy. Can we get the names, please?
Jojo.
Jojo. Like, look at those movements. I can lay back and he can do all that on me, and then I can just make him regret everything after. I'm going to marry Papito because I do like having a nice papi. And if he's shorter than me, because I'm a bigger guy, I can have that little power exchange with him. Yeah. He looks like he can, keep me going at the gym. He looks like he knows how to cook
And
well.
he cooks. That's what I was
He
going to
cooks
say.
well.
Cook.
Yeah.
Like,
All he's doing is like
Scrambling something.
scrambling eggs, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I need, protein, baby. And he's got plenty of it.
Oh.
And I'm going to have to chop Rocky, our dear, sweet, lean piece of meat. And that's all I can see from him.
All right. And Elimination, who are you shagging?
Y'all are hilarious, and I'm loving everything about this conversation for so many different reasons.
Well, wait. I want to ask you a question before you even say one name, because you're required to have to answer the questions.
Yeah.
Are any of these guys interesting to you?
Oh, absolutely.
They are?
They are.
Oh.
You're like a little brown
He
boy.
loves brown boys. What are you talking about? The melanin
I
is
am
there, baby. The melanin is there.
These is my adjacent siblings. They look,
Exactly.
If it's white as you, then yeah, we need to have this conversation like, I have no idea who we
It's
doing.
not what you told me at Club Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, so
I got it on tape.
You do, but you also call me Bobby Brown. So clearly you think all look alike. There is that.
He was running around the main
Right,
way.
like, Bobby, okay. And there's that.
Well, that's how you bake white bread.
That is
Anyway.
sliced white bread.
Yeah.
Like,
Fine.
All right. All right.
So
you're shag.
I am going to shag JoJo Wads. I'm gonna, I think that everything about it is parent season, so everything about the shaking and gyration of the curvature, I think fits well for my life.
JoJo is popular here tonight.
I do like the ability to twerk. I cannot do any of those things, and so that would look good on my face, and so I would encourage all of that.
And the Mary?
I would marry Papito because I don't need a papi, I need an Ito. So I'm all about that part. I think he needs, we can give each other some flavor. I can bring the soul, he can bring the papi. We can do all that together and make wonderful music and cooking. And the house
make
will
soul
probably
food.
good. So Latin food.
And this tricking thing that you do, you work really hard, don't you?
In this tricking?
Yeah, when you're out and about, however you're going to define it, you work hard, don't you? I get the impression that you are really.
I work hard to
Ring the bell.
Did he just start? I don't know if he called you a trick or
I know, I'm like,
right?
am I making a corner?
He
Am
said
I
that
on the
wasn't
whole
what he
show?
said.
Wait, hold on.
Listen, Al is drunk, okay? I can know.
That's not
He said you are not that pretty enough.
And I gotta work hard to get somebody as I work. Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Casanas.
That's me.
but that's okay though.
Wait.
Okay.
Before you go to, because we also know who you're going to chop. I've never asked this question before. Is the shag better or is the Mary better?
Mary.
It's two different things.
It's two different things.
The shag,
combined
the
those
shag
two.
is for today. The shag is just for today while we're playing the game. The Mary
Especially
is
if we're in
for
a
long.
polyamorous.
No, but so the shag is to make a moment, a great 4th of July moment. But to marry is to make the 4th of July last for 365 days.
Yeah.
So to build, to use our fetishes, to explore our pleasure, to have those kind of moments. The shag is like, let me see how far I can take you to your limits. I ain't never gonna touch you again. If I see you in the club, we do like this and we keep it moving. Right. And so I'm chopping Rocky Miller only for, that I didn't see anything that was like pleasurable to me. He didn't fit into
Rocky
that.
Is the real.
All he's doing is staring off out the window.
Wow.
And
He's a real
Say that again.
All over your face.
Yeah,
right?
like that.
And Faye? We saved the lesbian and queer woman for last.
So I am going to shag Papito Fonsi, right? Just because he's very cute, he's hot, and he's very full of himself, and I love that, right? I just love that. Reminds me a lot of me. So I'm also gonna marry Jojo G, and he's just fun, and like that dance could just keep me interested in sex for a while. I mean, look at that, bam, 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 and I let him F me.
Wow.
And that's big.
Does anyone?
That is big. That's the first time you've ever said that.
Watch this video. JoJo facing you is not nearly as interesting. And,
he's getting it from behind.
Yeah.
He's getting it from behind.
Yeah.
I think it's a good.
So I'm chopping Rocky because I can't stand his Max
around.
mustache that he has. I just can't stand it. Like,
So Max now has a Max mustache.
Trademark, baby.
Yeah.
so I'm sorry, Rocky.
Officially say that from now on. The Max-
Merch available.
Right, exactly. Okay, well, that's another week with It's Happening Out. You sat right here at the LGBTQ plus kitchen table as we kiki on the things that are important to our community. We invite you to follow our 501c3 nonprofit experiment. Is our LGBTQ plus community important to you? Our mission means that we deeply believe it is, and we thank you for joining us and taking a little time, and I feel like I'm at The View, for taking a little time to have some fun with us.
Yeah,
that's
say it.
why.
Say it.
This is last week's teleprompter. I'm FayWhat. If it's important to you,
It's happening out. See you next week.
Good night.